Outer Banks. I'm Sue Artz with OBXEntertainment.com and OBXE TV. Our special guest today is the Executive Director of the Dare County Arts Council, Mr. Chris Sawin. Hey Chris, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, how did you first get involved with the Dare County Arts Council?
I think I'm like most people who are part of the Arts Council. I started as a volunteer, and I volunteered for my friend Laura Martyr, who is the executive director at the time. She spent about 5 years in the position that I have, and she was getting ready to transition to something else, so when she decided to leave, she recommended me for the position, and I got it.
Nice. So have you always been interested in arts? Are you an artist yourself?
I'm a musician. I don't know how to paint, but I have been involved in throughout my career with businesses that commercialized creative people's output.
Right.
I worked in the music industry for a long time. Worked for Walt Disney Company for a little while.
Wow.
Worked for a music software company. But ever since I got out of school, I really have had the good fortune of being involved in organizations that took the creative output of different kinds of artists and found a way to make them commercial products.
Nice.
So,
that's awesome. So this year is actually the 40th anniversary of the Dare County Arts Council. So how do you think the organization has changed over the years?
there's definitely been different eras. The organization was founded in 1975 by a collection of folks led by Molly Fearing. And throughout the first 10 to 15 years, a lot of the focus of Molly and the people that were part of the council then was bringing in talent from outside of Dare County. They, if I'm not mistaken, they had a couple times where they brought the North Carolina Symphony in.
Oh,
but
cool.
in 1975, which is about the same time that I moved down here, I moved here in 1974, there wasn't the infrastructure for local artists, local talent to become known. Nag's Head Gallery Row was starting to percolate. There was a lot of things going on in that period of time. I think the formation of the Arts Council was one of them. So I would say the first era was really trying to bring culture into our area. And at that point, I think the total population of Dare County was in the 15,000 range. So that's when you see the Frank Stick Art Show start in 1978. And like I said, the symphony, different artists coming into the area. The second period, I think, starts around the formation of Outrageous, which is 1990. And I think what you see in that middle period was this explosion of local talent finding their voice. And this is when you see like KDH Co-op start, you see the Outer Banks Forum, the Bryan Series. There's all these other organizations that we work with a lot. And it's a proliferation of arts organizations, arts businesses, and the celebration of local talent. You didn't have to bring in these local masters or these wonderful musicians because they were here.
Right.
And then I think the sort of the third period, maybe over the last 10 years, was really about finding different ways to define the artist. Laura Martyr was especially good at this. She really ramped up the literary arts, music programs, and film. No coincidence there that those are all three performance arts. Literary arts kind of is in between. You can have spoken word, but you can also have written works. But she's a performer, and I think she really bolstered that. And that sort of brings us to today. And we're finding that we're kind of embarking on what I would consider a fourth phase, and that is finding communities, small groups that can use art as a means of therapy or a means of helping individuals express themselves in ways that they couldn't.
Right.
We're not art therapists. That's an officially licensed profession, but what we have seen is the healing power of arts in a lot of contexts. The first was that I experienced was our program for veterans.
Yeah.
And that launched in 2013. It's a writing program where veterans from this area and also from outside of the area come and take classes, 2-day workshop with the Veterans Writing Project from Washington, D.C. And those guys are professional, college-level literature instructors. And just the act of being involved in that creative experience has had therapeutic results for veterans nationwide, probably globally.
Nice.
Since then, we've also launched something with the SNAP group, arts classes for kids with special needs. We're working with GEM, which is Gentle Expert Memory. They work with adults with Alzheimer's, dementia, and other types of memory loss. And we're finding more and more ways that we can serve these micro populations of people. And that's what I think our board of directors now is really excited about. There is this new chapter that the art scene down here is so robust that we can now start turning towards being a little bit like a service organization.
Right, to more like local groups, because there are so many.
Yeah, there are. Every time you turn around, there's so the quilt of nonprofits down here is so strong. There's so many different people involved in creating either new art experiences like we are, or crisis management, relief efforts. Being able to really be part of that fabric has been really rewarding.
Yeah, we work a lot with GEM. And I always joke because I'm probably going to be there in a few years and have trouble remembering stuff.
We're all on some path towards that.
Yep. So the Artrageous, you said, because this is the 25th year anniversary for that. Now, has that become like more just local vendors and local artists?
Yeah, a little bit. Last September was the 25th anniversary of Artrageous, and it was just a phenomenal day. I got to knock on wood, we get lucky with the weather each year.
Nice.
But you mentioned partnerships. Even that began as a partnership. Not a lot of people don't realize it, but formation of Artrageous in 1990 was really tied towards the creation of the recreational center in Kill Devil Hills.
Wow.
There was a joint effort to make that building happen, and Artrageous was a part of it. Not all the dollars necessary to build that facility came from Artrageous, but that started out as a partnership.
Right.
And I think that to your question, we have made a conscious effort to really have Artrageous be more about the local artists and the local nonprofits that help make our area a great place to live. Nice.
Awesome. So, with it being your 40th year anniversary, do you guys have anything special planned this year?
Absolutely. We can't miss this opportunity. There's a couple things related to the 40th anniversary. The first is we do have a lot of new programs. Our bread and butter are, I call them legacy programs, programs that we carry on every year, and we would probably be fired if we discontinued them.
Right.
It's our gallery in downtown Manio, the Frank Stick Show, Artrageous, the Molly Fearing Show, the New World Festival of the Arts. Each one of those is over 15 years old.
Wow.
And in the case of Frank Stick, I believe this is the 38th year. So these are programs that have stood the test of time. In addition to that, we're continuing some recently begun programs like Rock the Cape, which is our arts and music festival in Avon every year. That's in its third year. This will also be the third year for our veterans program in November. And this year we're adding something new, the Surfaloris Film Festival, which is going to be October 1st through 3rd. Surfaloris is a program that is part of the Cucaloris Film Festival in Wilmington. They are bringing that show on the road. So we're going to be one of the first communities that actually gets this traveling surf film festival. And we're really excited about it. We're doing it in conjunction with the Coastal Studies Institute.
Nice, that sounds like fun.
In Wanchese.
Awesome. So I know you're busy and you've probably a lot of places to be right now, but what's your favorite way to spend a day off on the Outer Banks?
Sleeping late. I think I must confess, maybe taking my kids to Five Guys.
Nice. Five Guys.
It's probably on the list. But no, hang out with my family, kids, and my fiance.
Nice. So. Very nice. Well, thanks so much for being here, and I'm sure we'll see you out soon at one of your events, and hope the 40th anniversary party goes great for you guys.
Oh, I must plug that. Our 40th anniversary party is October 24th. It's called Ruby Renaissance.
Ruby
and
Renaissance.
It is going to be one heck of a gala. We've got the most amazing committee that's planning this thing. We've got a great band. The venue's Pirates Cove. So thank you for letting me
Oh, no
advertise a
problem.
little bit.
No problem. And then I just have to say that our Halloween Parade of Costumes is the second annual one, and that'll be the day after. So,
Right.
you know, you can come and have a whole weekend filled with fun.
So I will sleep late and come to your show.
Nice. Sounds good. I'm Sue Artz with OBXentertainment.com and OBXE TV, and we'll see you next time.